whom I came to meet in the House in 1997. And who became a good friend of mine, and Honorable Osei-Kyie Mensah Bonsu, the majority leader with whom I entered Parliament on the same side at the same time. On December 7, 2016, the Ghanaian people went to the polls and voted decisively for change. As a result, today, I'm here again in this House, this time as President of the Republic, having secured an emphatic electoral victory. Mr. Speaker, we have to thank God for His grace and favor for a peaceful and smooth transfer of power in which Ghanaians rose to the occasion and made our nation the object of world admiration. The Ghanaian people are to be commended warmly for their strong attachment to the principles of democratic accountability. I'd like to take this opportunity, Mr. Speaker, to express my sincere appreciation to my predecessor, President John Dramani Mahama, for his leadership and his role in the transition. His conduct has been a credit to our nation. Mr. Speaker, I'm happy to see the presence in this House of two other former presidents of the Republic, Their Excellencies Jerry John Rawlings and John Agya Koo. I am in the enviable position of being the first Ghanaian leader to be able to draw on the experiences of three living former presidents. This should definitely enrich my tenure of office. Mr. Speaker, I congratulate you on your unanimous election to preside over the affairs of this House. It is a fitting acknowledgement of your distinguished service to our nation. I congratulate also your deputies on their appointments. The first Deputy Speaker, a respected member of the House, Honorable Joy Osei-Owusu, and second Deputy Speaker, the veteran legislator, Honorable Alban Bagbin. I commend also the majority leader, my contemporary in this House, who can now put his extensive experience of Parliament to use as leader of the House and Minister for Parliamentary Affairs. My compliments go to the new minority leader, Honorable Aruna Idrisu, who announced himself on the national stage when he came here in my last term in the House. It is clear that he has an important future in Ghanaian politics. I want to assure him and the leadership of the House on both sides that I will cooperate fully with Parliament to enhance the governance of our nation, to be able to do the business of Ghana effectively. Mr. Speaker, I use this occasion to commend the Electoral Commission and its chairperson, Charlotte Osei, for the conduct of our recent elections, which has received domestic and international acclaim. In the coming years, I hope that our electoral processes will become even more robust so that free and fair elections become automatic parts of our democratic culture. Mr. Speaker, certain incidents occurred during the transition period that are matters of concern to me and should be to every Ghanaian as they marred an otherwise dignified and successful transition. Wrongdoing has no political color, and I do not subscribe to the lawlessness of political party supporters simply because their party has been elected into office. Mr. Speaker, when those incidents began, I instructed the then Inspector General of Police, John Kudalo, to apply the law, irrespective of political affiliation, to all lawbreakers. This instruction was also carried on to his successor, David Asante Apietu. Both of them acted upon it, which helped to bring the situation under control. It appears these events were predicated on some concept of equalization, as they happened in 2009 and were repeated again in 2017. I condemn all such conduct, and I call on all political parties, especially the New Patriotic Party and the National Democratic Congress, to ensure that this is the last time such undignified acts occurring during our periods of transition. Mr. Speaker, I come before you today in fulfillment of the constitutional obligation that the President of the Republic gives a message to Parliament on the state of the nation at the beginning of Parliament session. Since my inauguration some 6 weeks ago as President of our country, I have set to work putting into place the members of the team who will help me govern. I've heard it said that I'm behaving like a man in a hurry. Mr. Speaker, I am indeed in a hurry. I'm in a great hurry. The times in which we live demand that we all be in a hurry to deal with the problems we face. I'm grateful, therefore, to the Honorable House for the expeditious manner in which my ministerial nominees have been vetted and approved thus far. I look forward to the House dealing with the rest of the nominees I send in an equally fast and efficient manner. Now that the processes for the composition of the Council of State have been completed, I shall inaugurate the Council this week, which will enable me to proceed rapidly with the appointments that need to be done in consultation with the Council. The full complement of appointments should be in place by the end of March. Mr. Speaker, the conditions in our country demand that government machinery functions efficiently and at full force, and that nothing is left on autopilot. The conditions demand that all of us, each and every one of us, tackle every task before us with speed and dedication. Mr. Speaker, to give a fair account of the state of our nation, I have to give an account of the state of our economy, of our governance, and of our national culture and attitudes. This account will highlight some of the fundamental elements of the situation and will not pretend to be a detailed sectoral analysis of our condition. I leave that to the budget statement to be delivered in 10 days' time. Mr. Speaker, I say nothing new or dramatic when I tell this House that the economy of our country is in a bad way. After all, it's true. You know it's true. You know it's true. Order. Order. After all, honorable members, in the run-up to the recent elections, I said so often and loudly. Some 6 weeks after taking over the reins of government, it gives me no pleasure to have to say that our worst fears have been confirmed, plus a few additional unpleasant surprises as well. Mr. Speaker,